Focus, man. Hey guys, Percy Conley with CalCity.ca. I'm going to be doing a little bit of floorboard replacement, I think, on my square body today. So take a quick peek. We have a little bit of rust through here and a little bit right there, but some of the metal is still good. It's just got some surface rust. I'm just going to take a wire brush to it, clean it up a little bit, see how it looks, and then I might fab up a patch panel for on the floor. And I already got the inner and outer rockers. So yeah, I'm just going to start by cleaning that up first. I'm going to try grinding off some of that surface rust. I'm going to keep the camera back because it looks like it's kicking up a lot of debris. And I'm fully prepared. Okay, so I got this cleaned up pretty good. A little bit Swiss cheese here, but everything around it seems to be in good shape other than that hole back there. And from all the videos I've seen, that's a common spot as well. So a little bit of Swiss cheese here. I think if I cut this out nicely along the under support, basically follow this line and this line, cut this patch panel out, I'll make the new one slightly larger, and it'll be under the carpet anyway. No one will notice. It would be invisible to the bottom. I'm not going to worry about putting the same dimples back in it, just because I have to make this one, I believe, to come down, and I think the inner rocker would kind of, I'm not sure if this is part of the inner rocker, this shape, and then the floor just sits over top. I'll have to kind of mock it up and see, and I will let you guys know. But right now, to get to the bottom of this, I need to undo the quarter front fender and just pull it away a little bit so I can see what's up. So there's 100 videos on how to pull off the fender, but I'm just going to undo a couple of the bolts, see if I can give myself a little leeway to get in there and cut it off. So before I go ahead and cut the floor pan out here, I thought I would just trial fit in the rocker panel. This part goes in behind, that's why it's a little bit proud here. And on the front, I have it coming all the way up to the door hinge. It doesn't need to be. I put some tape on there of where I'm going to cut it. But other than that, it's pretty good. So I'm going to trim that down because it's... This should be lower anyway, so I'm going to cut this down lower. And other than that, it fits. I still got some material in behind there, but it's got a pretty clean fit. So before I cut any more inner, I'm going to kind of trim up a little bit of this outer piece just to make sure it fits. Hey guys, Percy Conley. I'm back again. It's actually the next day. It got a little dark last night, so I couldn't get too much more finished because annoying the neighbors and whatnot. So I do have the rocker panel mocked up. It's perfect. I had a rusty hole in the door. I cut that out. I think I might start off with cutting that piece out, forming it, making it the right shape and all that. Then get into the actual rocker panel. So I'll leave you guys on while I get started on this. Alright guys, the time lapse, the camera shut off for some strange reason. But anyway, I got the rocker panel welded in. I did some butt welds and some lap joints on the areas that don't really matter. Oh, the battery was dying, that's why. So I welded in a little patch piece there. I'm going to put a bigger one right here and welded it at the front. I have to do a couple more little patches, but yeah, anyway, I have to do a couple of tack welds underneath, more of these rosette welds under the bottom, and that'll tie the inner to the outer. And yeah, I just have to do the cab corner, and then this side's done. Oh, I also welded up that hole. So it's at the end of the day. It's already dark out. It's supposed to snow tonight, so I managed to put the truck into the garage. But it looks like this piece covers up most of the patch panel. Carpet will come up a little bit on the front here. I think if I get a carpet kit, it'll cover that as well. But a little bit of seam sealer, and this side is done except for the cab corner. Slam. So that's it for today. Pretty busy day. All of this probably took me 6 hours. I think right now the time is... Sorry, it's already dark outside. I just put in the patch panels, kind of just stitched them in. I'll touch up with some more welds after. It's just getting cold out right now. The rocker panel's in, the inner, the outer is in, and I just put the toe kick there in place just to see if it hides all of my welds, and it kind of does. I think this part here is all that's going to be showing. So all in all, pretty happy. It's going to be kind of a rat rod build anyway. A little bit of seam sealer will hide all of this, the sins of me being in here, but yeah, I'm quite happy. It's now airtight cabin. Sorry, almost airtight. I just got to weld another little piece over here. I thought I could bend that enough, but nope. Maybe with some heat. But anyway, I'll get that handled tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's actually the next day. Got a little late last night. But just to recap, I'll probably cut some of what I filmed last night out. But rocker panel is in, yes. Inner panel is in. Put some patch panels on the floor. Just have to touch up a little bit on that corner, but everything else looks good. I did fill the hole on the outside of the door. That was a big hole. I'll post a picture of it right now to show you what it looked like. Oh, actually. There it is right here. This was the piece that was in there. I just cut it out square so it'd be easier to make the template. But as I was welding it in, when you weld, it does shrink things. So this is my problem. You can see that there's a gap through the bottom. This is fairly flat but a little bit low, and then low up until about here. I am going to put the body chrome stripe on, but that will only come to about this point. But as you can see, it's a little bit low. So I have to stretch this metal in there. And I think it's where I welded that it shrunk up. So I'm going to hit that with a torch, warm it up a little bit, hit it with a hammer and dolly, see if I can stretch that out to get a little bit more stretch in the door. But to do that, I have to take off the inner door panel and get in there with the dolly, and I should be able to reach around with both hands to hammer that out. So I am going to do that right now. I'm just going to pull off the inner door skin, and the inner door card, and I'll be back. So I ended up just heating this up a little bit, and it actually came out pretty good. It's a little bit gapped, but a bit bigger gap down here. But I got some rust in here. I'm going to cut this out and on the corner. So I'm just going to give this a little trim right now. That might relieve some of the pressure on here. And then I'll cut a little patch panel, probably wrap it underneath. And then do just the corner here, a nice little square patch. So let's get at it. The metal is actually pretty thick here. It just rusted at the pinch, so I'm just going to wire wheel this a little bit, get the rest of that out, peel this out, but it's still pretty solid. So some of these other little holes I think are just, they look like they're rusting from the outside in. So I'm just gonna give this a little clean up and then make a couple little patches and then burn those in. Okay, I'm going to cut a template from this guy that will fit right in here and wrap around to the back. And I might just do the same thing for this side. I only cut about the same amount up, so I'll just cut those out now. Okay, so I fabbed up a couple of my little patch panels. I'm just going to look like it timed out, sorry. Just kind of finished welding that in. I am just going to give it a little grind off, see how it looks. A little bit on the door patch. So this just needs a skim coat of filler and it should be done. I might just wrap this up for today's video, basically covering off this door and the floor pan. I don't know how much footage I got. My camera kept timing out when I was doing the time lapse. But whatever. I'll just post this, whatever length it is, and then I will do the other side in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, follow. This is going to be an ongoing series with this truck. I'm actually going to be lowering it, shortening the box, shortening the frame, and maybe in the future an LS swap. But for right now, the 305 runs good. Just needs a little bit of carb work. Other than that, it's good to go. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.